for me?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, can you hear me?
I can, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now, how does my sound? Does it sound good or bad?
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good. Okay, I want you to A/B me. I'm
You
going
want me
change
to do
something.
what?
A/B, compare contrast.
Oh, okay.
So this is my microphone on my headset,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my microphone built into my camera. Can you hear a difference?
So I can. Could you go back to A for a sec?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Going
The
back
camera
to
one,
check
the
1
camera one sounds a bit better. It's a little bit lower. It sounds like it's filtered a bit better. It's higher bass. It's a lower sound. It is also a little bit quieter, so it's a touch harder to hear, but it sounds clearer.
Okay. I'll use that. That's the one I'm currently using. You said it sounds okay?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'll turn the fan off in the background. Maybe that'll help.
Okay, yeah. There you go. You're sounding a little louder
So, who's beating your children?
there. That's my wife. She's finishing up her cajon lesson, so she's going to be done with that by 2:00. So she practices the cajon, and she does it every Sunday, and she has lessons. And then my daughter, my youngest, saved up all her allowance for 3 months, and then money she got for like doing extra chores and stuff like that, and bought my wife a brand new cajon. Just decided to do it. It was amazing.
That's super sweet.
Yeah.
My heart.
So my wife, this is her first time on the brand new thing. So it was amazing. Nobody gave her this idea. She just knew her mother wanted it, and she wanted to get it for her.
That's great.
Yep.
So I got a big stock pot here. Got some chicken stock going.
Yeah.
Have to find a way to fit these pork chops into my refrigerator to defrost.
Are you still like overwhelmed with meat?
Oh yeah, I'm making hamburgers today. And then yesterday I made 4 pounds of 2 pounds of chopped meat and noodles and 2 pounds of chili. So I'm just going through the chopped meat. I'm just trying to make room in the goddamn freezer. Never mind anything else. So I sent Megan, and Megan is her name. I sent Megan the jam, so be on the lookout for that sound.
I will. So otherwise, how have you been? I think we've both been busy and been a little out of touch recently, but
yeah, very busy. Very busy.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Excellent.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
West Coaster. Nick, Megan, Nick.
Megan, nice to meet you.
You too.
I did want to tell you in case Matty, because he's kind of sneaky, or he doesn't always, you just got to keep an eye on him. But
fair enough.
Everyone's against me, Megan.
Yeah. You're the victim here. It's true.
What we're doing here, and this was all Matty's idea. Well, no, let me rephrase that. If you think this is a great show, if you really like this hang, thank you. This was all my.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I approved it. So I had the genius to recognize that this was a good idea.
Saw the potential.
Yeah. So, well, no, and so what we're doing is. A lot of the things is, we tend to have long shows, sometimes 2 or 3 hours, and
you can hear why.
Yeah. A lot of people like the smaller shows too, the shorter ones. And what he said was, look, why don't we just do these hangouts? And we'll do them every Sunday while he's doing food prep. We'll do these hangouts. We'll just shoot the shit. Sometimes we'll have a topic, sometimes we won't, and we'll record it, and then we chop it up, and we take the better segments, which sometimes includes Marty's wife just really handing his ass to him on my favorite one. So we usually get one of those every 2.
I go to highlight reel
4 times before I get out of bed.
Yeah, we need a highlight reel
that one I'm
of
not
just
kidding
this
about.
moments too.
Nick has one. Nick has a highlight reel of Shannon and I screaming at each other about Doctor Who.
Oh,
We are totally, and I'm going to do a highlight reel. Yep. So, and then sometimes it's also just when somebody says something, really great. We're going for like 15 minutes, and then we're gonna air those. So this isn't live, but you're being recorded, and our goal obviously is to make sure that everybody looks their best, because if you feel like holy shit, I look terrible on that, then you're never gonna want to talk to us again. So. So it's really, the goal is to just have really great moments, fun moments, and have a fun show that's 15, 20 minutes, and we can take 2 or 3 of these, chop them up. So that's it. But we want to do interesting stuff, but light discussions. Yeah.
So Nick is under the impression that your father is like my version of my Canadian girlfriend to a high schooler, because I talk about. So, well, you have to are you familiar with that stereotype? Like kids in high school being like, "Yeah, I have a girlfriend, but she's from Canada, so that's why you never see her.
Yeah,
she's really pretty."
Is she? I didn't realize. So she's related to oh
Keith?
my God,
this is Keith's daughter.
She's Keith's daughter. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Now I know you're faking.
Nick doesn't believe that Keith's real.
No, I'm sure Keith isn't real. He tells me about Keith all the time. He's like, "Well, I was talking to my friend Keith," and he always has to.
Imagine if that's true. Though. Imagine if that's true. Imagine how smart I would be to have.
If you created this intricate persona,
the ruse, yes.
From 20 plus years
the fact that
he
always has to add my friend. He always has to add my friend. It's like I wasn't even questioning that. I wasn't questioning it. Just like, well,
it's the
my
central
friend
part
Keith
of his identity.
I know who Keith is now, but he's just no. It's my friend. So just like I don't think he's real. I think he wants people to think he's got friends. Yeah.
I have friends. I have friends in Oregon.
Friends all over the place.
Friends all over the place.
It's a big network.
Well, you should know.
He's very much real. Yeah, I can confirm his presence.
So smart and handsome, but you're never going to be able to meet him. He lives on the West Coast.
He's a busy guy.
You should know. You should know he talks about your dad all the time. It's always wonderful things. He's never mentioned you, but he talks about your dad all the time.
Yeah, my dad also talks about Mowdy all the time. So at least it's mutual. I guess that's less embarrassing.
We are so up each other's ass.
Yeah, 24/7. And he has the exact same conversations with you, and then he says, "Here's Mowdy's take, but what was yours?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess that's the take then."
He thinks that you and I are getting brainwashed by something.
Yeah.
Because we give such similar answers.
It's the same every time.
I'll never forget. He called me and goes, "I was asking Megan about something in politics. You're never going to believe what she said, man. You're going to be so proud." I'm like, what, man? Like, I'm so excited because, like, when Keith gets excited, it's like he is charismatic and you're
he's a storyteller. He's weaving a tale.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck kind of brilliance that fucking came out of the mouth of Megan? He goes, "She said, don't tell me. I'm going to wait and read it myself."
I remember that moment exactly when he sent me some paper and he was like, "Read the list of authors first." And I was like, "Maybe I'll read it first and then decide if I like it and see who wrote it." And he was like, "That's groundbreaking. That's incredible."
You cracked the code.
Is it reducing bias? An incredible concept.
I want this conversation with Keith here.
Oh,
Please.
I'm sending him a snippet of this. I'm just gonna send him the he's gonna.
I love Keith so much. Keith,
Yeah.
if you ever get to see this, I love you to death, brother.
I just love having a psych lens in any conversation because people are like, oh God, I've never thought of it that way. And I'm like, let me tell you something. This is my whole life.
There is a whole field of research dedicated to studying the mind without falling into the traps of the mind.
Yeah.
It's called psychology.
It's real fun.
Oh, yeah. That's the real motherfucking deal. So Keith goes, Keith wanted to give credit to me that you thought like that. He's like, through your conversations with Megan, right? And if he didn't, then that's how I'm remembering it. So that might be my little confirmation bias, right? But I'm pretty sure because I remember saying this sentence. I remember going, oh man, like I'm totally flattered if any of that is caused by Megan and I in my interactions. But I think what's really happening is we're being trained from the same method.
Yes.
And so that similar behavior reflects that method, the scientific method.
Yeah.
Instead of me, it's like third variable correlation does not mean causation, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm in a lab and we're doing a whole series of work on debiasing. So that, in part informs, I think, the method and approach at any time.
Okay, so you're gonna that is the perfect springboard into the kind of research that you do.